We're moving along on our engines. Now it's time to install the magneto. To do that, you're going to need an 8mm nut driver, and you're going to need this gap gauge. This is set at 10/1000ths of an inch.
Okay, so our 8mm bolts are loosely installed. I'm going to remove them. And set them off to the side. Okay, on our flywheel, we have a magnet and then 2 flat sections and then 1 open section. We want to make sure that we align one of the flat sections with the magneto assembly. When we place our magneto assembly down on the engine block, we want to ensure that the spark plug wire is facing the spark plug hole and set it down on the engine block. We're going to loosely install each bolt, and then we're going to spin them down with a nut driver. Now before we tighten them, I'm going to give you some further instructions. You'll notice that the holes in the magneto are slotted. The slotted holes allow for movement of the magneto up or down to set the air gap. This ruler, the thickness of this ruler is 10/1000ths of an inch. So it's a very useful tool to set the gap of this magneto because it's flexible and we can wrap it around the flywheel. We're going to insert the ruler in between the magneto and the flywheel. At this point, we're going to gently push the magneto to the flywheel, and then we're going to snug it up with our nut driver. When I say snug it up, I'm putting the amount of pressure that it would take to tighten up a gallon of milk. No more than that. Now, gently slide out your ruler, and your air gap is set.
I think now would be a good time to turn this, make sure it works.
That's a great idea because we definitely do not want the flywheel rubbing against the magneto or any other component. Looks good.
Okay. Now, I want you guys to do the same thing. I want to make sure that you put that air gap in there. Without the air gap, that engine won't start. Get to work.